think that'll be a good fight, actually, and I'm gonna try to be there or maybe watch it and see who's gonna be the winner out of that one. It's a very tasty fight. I like the the build up where they're Dubois coming out of his shell and Josh was biting and biting back and like all that kind of animosity, and so it's exciting stuff. And
unexpected predictions are being made by boxing professionals regarding the fight between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Teddy Atlas feels that the Dubois who vanquished Filip Hergovich must be a different boxer. In June, Dubois will make his first defence of his recently obtained IBF title at Wembley Stadium. Filip Hergovich got the better of Dubois early on, and the fighter eventually destroyed Hergovich to force a stoppage. Using a same strategy against Joshua might have devastating consequences, warns famous trainer Atlas, who struck Victory Dubois many times, primarily to his right hand. Atlas claims that Joshua is in a strong psychological and technical position with Ben Davidson. It might not be a long night until they improve at blocking blows, if Dubois hopes to survive the same punishment and win those opening rounds. Dynamite's promoter Frank Warren previews the forthcoming showdown by having a conversation about Discuss Boxing with Oliver and Simon Jordan. He had faith in Dubois, his fighter, to prevail.
Yeah, it's kind of like a respect fight too. Both of the heavyweights want respect, and they've been dreaming about this time in one sense. Both have different things to prove. Daniel Dubois has that he wants to be the heavyweight champion of the world, and he wants to be the top man in England. And as far as Anthony Joshua, this is a test for him as well. Somebody that's coming for his title, and that's #1 guy in England type of thing. And I think it's going to be a good.
Oliver, a former European
bantamweight champion named Spencer, confidently predicted that Joshua would land the first punch and that the fight would not last longer than 6 rounds. According to Oliver, Daniel Dubois's rebuild will allow him to challenge Anthony Joshua yet. It also puts him at danger since the outcome can depend on who can discover their range first. Anthony Joshua needs to keep his personal space under control, release it with his right hand, and show respect for it. Joshua has to face Dubois because as a non-moving fighter, he can move anyone who lands a right-hand blow, therefore a decisive second half of the fight is unlikely. The spotlight moved to June, when Dubois defeated the
I'm going to get a look back tonight.
Daniel, this picture because you're playing better than me.
Make that for him. Go on, guys. Thank you. All right, Danny, you guys looking towards me, please. Please. Danny goes on.
Hard-charging Filip Hergovich. Oliver continued by saying that Hergovich lacked the strength that Anthony Joshua seeks and that Daniel Dubois had taken a lot of right punches in that fight and couldn't use them against Joshua. AJ doesn't need to search for Daniel Warren once Frank is knocked out. He shot back right away, saying, "I don't agree with that," but he was interrupted before he could continue. Warren answered, but he was bearded and had a prominent chin. "I think they'll both be positioning themselves by jabbing with their right hands when they come out. The one who can make the shot will win if any of them utilizes their right hand. They both become..."
Aside from belts, and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle, please.
If he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect.
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. I'll put this chair across your face.
No,
No, don't disrespect me on my life. It's okay. You want this little boy, don't disrespect me, bro.
No.
I know who this guy thinks.
We'll do it with
No.
It's good.
Take disrespect lightly, Dan.
It's good.
vulnerable. It also doesn't seem to go past 6, but it will be interesting to see what AJ brings up. Warren is betting on Joshua, even though he supports Dubois and thinks that people would become enraged if Joshua loses to Alexander. AJ is in similarly fantastic shape now that he is training with Ben Davidson. He has recorded strong knockouts against Otto Wallen and Francis Ngannou. After losing to Haroy and Gerald Miller, Dynamite bounced back. The competition winner is anticipated to set up an undisputed showdown between Usyk's rematch with Tyson Fury and the winner of this fight on December 21st, but Anthony Fowler has clarified the events surrounding the well-known sparring session between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. There were rumors circulating in the boxing industry after Anthony Joshua turned professional in 2017 that an 18-year-old Dubois had floored or knocked Joshua out. A year later, Dubois' promoter Frank Warren proudly informed the media that his most recent recruit had knocked out Anthony Joshua in their fight at the GB Performance Institute in Sheffield before their fight on September 21st at Wembley Stadium. At the time, Dubois was still an inexperienced amateur. The rivalries have drawn a lot of attention once more. Joshua is certain that the rumors are false, and Dubois has not commented on the situation. But according to Fowler, a GB squad member who witnessed the spar firsthand, Dubois may have rendered Joshua unconscious because he was too young to be considering winning rounds. Rather, he was extra careful since he was sparring with Joshua, who was clearly the team's leader and was usually on the defensive, but he always hit really hard. He's always had that incredible power. He continues, "I remember hitting Fraser Clark so hard that he snapped his ankle, dropped on the ground. Hearn broke his ankle again after that." Dubois Joshua might have been a little uncoordinated during their sparring session because he was struck by a short left hook that had the potential to knock him unconscious. But Dubois respected him too much to put an end to him. So while everyone was standing there saying, "Wow, Joshua sprinted around,"
Aside from belts, and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle, please.
If he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Sharp, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect.
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Put the chair across your face.
No, hey,
Hear me. No, don't disrespect me on my life.
No,
man. It's okay. You want this little boy? Like, don't disrespect me, bro.
No.
Know who the this guy thinks
We'll do it with No. It's good.
Take disrespect lightly, Dan.
It's good.
around the ring in an attempt to regain his legs. Wait, Joshua wants to carry on, everyone exclaimed. However, Rob McCracken intervened, telling Joshua to have a little break, get your legs back to normal. And they continued to battle. Joshua was seriously hurt, yet he wasn't unconscious or on the ground either. Dua had another chance to knock him out in less than 2 weeks, but he declined out of decency. He then on, and finally, Joshua and Dubois will be able to settle their differences once and for all. In the past, Joshua would typically win sparring matches, but Dubois nearly put him out with those 18-ounce gloves and headgear. For that reason, Joshua will go to sleep if he discovers Joshua using those 10-ounce gloves. Eddie Hearn predicted that Daniel Dubois' nerves will give out at Wembley due to the immense pressure of facing Anthony Joshua. In addition, the promoter of Joshua thinks that the event will influence Dubois. 2 fights against 34-year-old AJ, a veteran of many stadiums. Hearn told reporters on Monday, "I think Dubois is going to lose his head on Saturday, but that could make him even more lethal. He won't be able to execute his exact game plan, in my opinion. He might come back as a bull, which is dangerous and might be his best chance, but he might also lose ground." Hearn did bring up Dubois' battle with Usyk in August of last year in a Polish football stadium, which ended in a stoppage loss for the British player. "I think you never know until he's got the benefit of the Usyk fight in Rollo. That was a stadium fight," Hearn said further. Even if it was much smaller, the pressure this week was evident in the head-to-head, but to be honest, that doesn't matter for his prospects of winning the fight. The only thing that matters, in my opinion, is if he can get himself together and perform at Wembley Stadium, where a British record crowd of 96,000 is anticipated, as opposed to the roughly 40,000 during Usyk vs. Dub. Hearn continued, "I think he'll make mistakes and have a high output, but he won't be able to anticipate walking through that tunnel." I think even Dillian whited a bit, to be honest with you. He'd had some big nights and I wasn't at the fight, but I was watching him and thinking, God, he looks like he's not even with it, and he did nothing in the fight that evening. Hearn went on. I know Dubois won't be able to compose himself. Like AJ, Edgar Berlanga was on the verge of tears last Saturday when we were in the changing room together because he was so determined to beat Canelo. Canelo went on to defeat Berlanga on points in Las Vegas. Hearn knew that Dubois' father might have a big influence on Dynamite's recent battle performance. From what he's heard from the ringside, the younger Dubois feels that his father's encouragement has been particularly beneficial. Hearn was adamant that his father would be involved. It's incredible to watch the father. It seems like he checks in every few minutes. I've had the opportunity to observe him up close and personal.